Hi, this is Roger. Thanks for dropping by. Having watered everything in here in the last few days by hand, actually picking up the plants, I think I can relatively safely now do an update on the hotbox. During my lifting of plants, giving them a good look over them and watering them by hand, I saw 0 mealybugs. The aphids that were on these blooms are gone. Well, they're dead, basically, those that didn't fall off. And in addition to that, the most important thing, I couldn't find any outbreaks of scale. Now, on the cattleyas, especially around the base of the pseudobulbs, on the rhizomes, there are scale, but I think they're dead. Now, the only way I'm going to be able to tell is to remove the ones that are there and actually get rid of the bodies and then see if anything comes back. That would be the only safe way to tell. But seriously, I won't say the place is bug free, but I'd say it's not far off. And I've never achieved results like this using any chemicals or soapy washes or anything. So the hotbox is doing its job. It's not expensive to run. Obviously there's an initial outlay, but if you average that over what you'd have spent on chemicals and soapy washes and time and effort over a year, it easily pays for itself, because there is no effort. You know, I just hang the thing up, plug it in, put a piece of tape down the join on the door, leave it for a couple of hours and unplug it. Job done. You know, I'll have to top up the sulfur every now and again with the crystals, but the residual smell has toned right down now that the sulfur is effectively being reused, whereas initially, the first time I used it, the smell was strong. It was actually offensive, I would say. It was bad. But ever since then, it's toned right down, such that it's sort of bearable. I mean, there's a very, very faint waft of it in here today, but it's negligible. And quite honestly, for the results I'm getting, I'm pretty happy. So far, so good. Now, I would suggest it needs regular use, but it's like it says on the tin, actual tin in this case. What it says on the tin is that, you know, your initial infestations and everything need to be dealt with by very regular use. Once you're in control of everything, all you're doing is trying to prevent outbreaks, which means regular use, but not that frequent. So in theory, I could possibly go down to a couple of hours once a week. I don't know. I'll have to have a chat with Lynn sometime about how she's doing, because she's got 3 separate, 2 greenhouses, but one's divided in 2. She's got 3 separate units, all with their own inherent problems. So I'll have to see how she's doing. I've only got the one space, effectively, so we'll have to see. But yeah, I'm reasonably confident that it's doing the job. If it can take the scale down to negligible, I will be over the moon. Because the other bugs could be dealt with via other methods, quite honestly. But the other thing is, I mean, according to Jeff, is his plants are growing better. And he seems to think that that may be because the vapour is being absorbed by the plants. So they're actually getting some extra sulfur internally. Sulfur is quite it's now being classed as the level that calcium and magnesium are in. You've got the 3 biggies, the NPK, and then you've got calcium and magnesium. And a lot of people are now saying that sulfur should be at that level. In other words, a whole value percentage, as opposed to the micro elements that are very, very small quantities, often 0.0 something percent. That's small, whereas sulfur perhaps ought to be 2, 3, 4%. Anyway, whether the plants start growing better or not remains to be seen. This is not exactly the growing season at the moment. although I'm hoping to force that. So anyway, I've got to make myself look pretty now because I'm out for the day. I've got to stop off at Lynn's and drop off all the treasurer's stuff for the meeting this afternoon, which I won't be at. I shall be delightfully looking round Miltoniopsis, Cymbidiums, Odontoglossums and other Oncidium types, and Peonies, which don't interest me much, but they could catch my interest, let's put it that way. We shall see. And obviously I will film as much as I can, and I'm hoping to put something together different, because you know what it's like when you go to a nursery. I walk around with the camera and I film stuff. I want to do this one differently. You won't know how different until I put it together, which will probably get posted. I doubt if I'll be able to do it Saturday night. And then it's Sunday chat on Sunday, so it's probably going to get posted on Monday, so you're going to have to wait. But I'm hoping to put this together differently. To give you a clue of what the difference might be, this isn't the only camera I've got. See you next time.